Hi, Job here, Poet Laureate for the city of Davis, California, with your weekly poetry video, this time featuring poems from John Ashbery. Now, I want to apologize for this being late. This should have been posted yesterday. And I really have no excuse. Here is what happened. Maybe something like this has happened to you. We're in the pandemic and sheltering at home, and one day can seem very much like the next, even when it's the day after Thanksgiving. And I started Friday off aware of what I needed to do, but after an hour or so passed, it was just another day. And they all seemed very much alike, and I just didn't remember until this morning, well, I forgot to do something. So like I say, I have no excuse. I just apologize. John Ashbery was a Pulitzer Prize winner, National Book Award winner, a very celebrated poet in his lifetime. Born in the 1920s, just died a very few years ago. And this is from his collection called A Wave, which was given to me by Dr. Andy Jones of UC Davis. I'll begin with At North Farm. Somewhere someone is traveling furiously toward you, at incredible speed, traveling day and night, through blizzards and desert heat, across torrents, through narrow passes. But will he know where to find you, recognize you when he sees you, give you the thing he has for you? Hardly anything grows here, yet the granaries are bursting with meal, the sacks of meal piled to the rafters. The seams run with sweetness, fattening fish, birds darken the sky. Is it enough that the dish of milk is set out at night, that we think of him sometimes and always, with mixed feelings? I wonder who that man is. Rain moving in, and I wish it would. It's very dry here. The blackboard is erased in the attic, and the wind turns up the light of the stars. Sinewy now. Someone will find out. Someone will know. And if somewhere on this great planet the truth is discovered, a patch of it dried, glazed by the sun, it will just hang on in its own infamy, humility. No one will be better for it, but things can't get any worse. Just keep playing, mastering as you do the step into disorder this one meant. Don't you see it's all we can do? Meanwhile, great fires arise, as of haystacks aflame. The dial has been set, and that's ominous. But all your graciousness in living conspires with it, now that this is our home, a place to be from and have people ask about. All right. And this is called Landscape, after Baudelaire. I love Baudelaire. I want a bedroom near the sky, an astrologer's cave, where I can fashion eclogues that are chaste and grave. Dreaming, I'll hear the wind in the steeples close by sweep the solemn hymns away. I'll spy on factories from my attic window, resting my chin in both hands, drinking in the songs, the din. I'll see chimneys and steeples, those masts of the city, and the huge sky that makes us dream of eternity. How sweet to watch the birth of the star in the still blue sky through mist, the lamp burning anew at the window, rivers of coal climbing the firmament, and the moon pouring out its pale enchantment. I'll see the spring, the summer, and the fall, when the winter casts its monotonous pall of snow. I'll draw the blinds and curtains tight, and I'll build my magic palaces in the night, then dream of gardens of bluish horizons, of jets of water weeping in alabaster basins, of kisses, of birds singing at dawn and at nightfall, of all that's most childish in our pastoral. When the storm rattles my window pane, I'll stay hunched at my desk. It will roar in vain, for I'll have plunged deep inside the thrill of conjuring spring with the force of my will, coaxing the sun from my heart, and building here, out of my fiery thoughts, a tepid atmosphere. Very powerful. This is called Just Walking Around. I tilt my head back like that sometimes so I can get things lined up right in my bifocals. You probably do that, those of you with bifocals. Just Walking Around. This is John Ashbery. What name do I have for you? Certainly there is no name for you, in the sense that the stars have names that somehow fit them. Just walking around, an object of curiosity to some, but you are too preoccupied by the secret smudge in the back of your soul to say much and wander around, smiling to yourself and others. It gets to be kind of lonely, but at the same time off-putting, counterproductive, as you realize once again that the longest way is the most efficient way, the one that looped among islands, and you always seem to be traveling in a circle. And now that the end is near, the segments of the trip swing open like an orange. There is light in there, and mystery and food. Come see it. Come not for me, but if I am still there, grant that we may see each other. Wow. All right. And next, this is called Thank You for Not Cooperating. Sounds like my youth. Down on the street, there are ice cream parlors to go to, and the pavement is a nice bluish slate gray. People laugh a lot. Here you can see the stars. Two lovers are singing separately from the same rooftop. Leave your change behind. Leave your clothes and go. It is time now. It was time before, too, but now it's really time. You will never have enjoyed storms so much as on these hot, sticky evenings that are more like August than September. Stay. A fake wind wills you to go, and out there on the stormy river witness buses bound for Connecticut and tree business. And all that we think about when we stop thinking. The weather is perfect, the season unclear. Weep for your going, but also expect to meet me in the near future, when I shall disclose new, further adventures, and that you shall continue to think of me. The wind dropped and lovers sang no more, communicating to each other in the tedium of self-expression. And the shore curled up and became liquid, and so the celebrated lament began. And how shall we, people, all unused to each other and to our own business, explain it to the shore if it is given to us to circulate there in the near future, the way of our coming and why we were never here before? The counter-proposals of the guest stranger impede our construing of ourselves as person objects, the ones we knew would get here somehow. But we can remember as easily as the day we were born the maggots we passed on the way, and how the day bled and the night too on hearing us, though we spoke only our childish ideas and never tried to impress anybody, even when somewhat older. And I will conclude this reading with Purists Will Object. We have books you want. The gonzo, in parentheses, musculature seemingly wired to the stars. Colors like lead, khaki, and pomegranate, things you put in your hair, with the whole panoply of the past, landscape, embroidery, complete sets of this and that, its bankruptcy, the human head, the shining, bulging nets lifted out of the sea, and always a few refugees dropping back into the no longer mirthful kingdom on the day someone sells an old house and someone else begins to add on to his. All in the interest of this pornographic masterpiece. I'm not sure about this word. I'll skip it. Polluted skyscraper to which all gazes are drawn. Pleasure we cannot and will not escape. It seems we are going home. The smell of blossoming privet blanketed the narrow lane. The traffic lights were green and aqueous. So this is the subterranean life. If it can't be conjugated onto us, what good is it? What need for purists? When the demonic is built to last, to outlast us, and no dialect hears us. Thank you very much. I'll be back next week. If memory serves me, please be safe in these dangerous times.